It's your time now. It's
This is my island in the sun, jamming from since time begun. This is my island in the sun, no one can party like we. This a wonderful Antigua, may I go pick you up, may I go pick you up, yeah.
Olympic Day 2020 comes in the midst of the most challenging time globally. Our athletes should be preparing to represent the nation, but instead find themselves locked in with very little opportunity to hone their skills and talents. Sports fans, ordinary citizens, we've all been restricted to physically distancing engagements, which have limited our sports access, even spectating as we try to stay alive. Our lives have become more regulated. As a people, we are now more dependent than ever before on those good men and women who are standing in the gap. I refer here primarily to healthcare workers and security providers. As we remain resilient during this period, my team and I at the NOC are busy putting in place our revised plans to ensure our athletes and our nation will rise again. On this Olympic Day, we therefore encourage every citizen and resident of Antigua and Barbuda to stay healthy,
Stay strong,
Stay active.
and stay safe.
My government remains committed to ensuring that the most vulnerable will not be left behind. We are expanding on existing initiatives and adding more social safety net programs for the poor, the vulnerable, and displaced workers. COVID-19 has made us a more close-knit community, more caring and considerate of each other. Our frontline workers sustained and secured us. They kept our nation safe and secured. They stand ready to answer duties called to protect and serve, to regulate our borders, to manage our healthcare services, and to educate us all.
This season of COVID has challenged our spirit, questioned the fortitude of many, halted making a living for many. As a people, we have had to dig in, become more disciplined, extend our spirit of sharing and caring.
Antigua and Barbuda will not only survive, Antigua and Barbuda, like a phoenix from the ashes, will certainly rise again.
I engage my fellow citizens to continue to stand in a spirit of solidarity with each other to get us through this difficult season. Our collective spirit of courage will ensure that while we continue to respect the protocols, to stay healthy, stay strong, stay active, we will band together to rebuild our Twin Island paradise.
Our frontline workers will continue their work to keep us safe, and we remain particularly grateful and honor their outstanding services. We will survive. Antigua and Barbuda will rise again.
we are ready to serve you, Antigua and Barbuda. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay active.
As members of the Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda, our mandate is to protect and serve our community. To be effective in our patrols and various duties, we are required to stay strong and stay active. Physical activities and fitness are the keys to our success. Let us remain safe, stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active.
As a past president of the National Olympic Committee and a qualified sports medicine physician for nearly 4 decades, I am acutely aware of the challenges that the COVID-19 pandemic have brought to bear on the plans for this year's Olympic Games, which were slated to be held in Tokyo, Japan. These games have always provided a platform for global peace and understanding, and an environment in which athletes from all over the world can meet and compete. However, when the necessary physical and psychological abilities of the athletes are not at their peak, this renders them unable to display their best performances. Moreover, when there is a pandemic disease such as what we are now experiencing, the result is a complete abortion of international events, inclusive of the Olympic Games. So, it is important for athletes, coaches, trainers, and sports physicians to work together to maintain a high level of fitness and well-being of all competitors. They must also be willing to abide by the standards and protocols that would apply to this pandemic if they aspire to participate and excel at this high level of competition. The International Olympic Committee must be commended for providing financial assistance over the years, and this allows at least one athlete from every member country to participate, even if no athlete from that country qualifies for the Games. We are all particularly grateful to those who work on the front lines and in the essential services, putting their own lives at risk for the good of us all. Let me thank everyone locally and internationally for the role they have played and continue to play in managing and controlling the spread of COVID-19. I have already reached out to the public in a national address to nominate these unsung heroes for public recognition of their services. I wish the athletes who will be representing Antigua and Barbuda at the July 2021 Games every success, and may we mark our 2020 Olympic Day with promise and peace. Thank you very much.
As we celebrate Olympic Day across the globe under a complete unique set of circumstances, I wish to call upon each of us to aspire to the Olympic value of excellence. We must strive at all times to be the very best at whatever we are called upon to do, in whatever field we are called upon to serve our family, our community, our nation. Our national anthem inspires us to raise the standards, raise it boldly, answer now to duty's call, in the midst of difficult times, and there will be serious times ahead that could cause us to be tempted to lower our standards. However, it is in the midst of challenges at our lowest ebb that we should seek the highest standards. Move towards excellence. Falter sometimes, but never give in to failure. Remain on the path to excellence. Our quest for excellence will be easier if we commit to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active. Our nation will survive. Antigua and Barbuda will rise again from COVID-19 ashes.
Olympic Day offers us an opportunity to reflect on the core principles which build sports, families, communities, and nations. The unprecedented season forces us all to forge closer bonds and become more reliant on each other.
This spirit is in keeping with the Olympic value of friendship. Friendships bring awareness of shortcomings and needs for some that are satisfied by others. The COVID season has further entrenched the spirit of friendship, looking out for each other, reaching out a helping hand, becoming our neighbour's keeper, all while observing important protocols of social distancing.
We have become more attuned to the needs of others, going beyond regular terms and called to serve. This value of friendship will go a long way towards ensuring our nation survives. Antigua and Barbuda will rise again.
Olympic Day celebrations 2020 are shrouded with the ongoing impact of the COVID pandemic across the world. Here in Knoxville, I'm currently under lockdown with limited access to training facilities and programs. As a professional athlete, my ability to earn is dependent on the open community, hosting sports events, and sports fans willing to attend events in which I compete.
As a professional athlete, my ability to earn is dependent on an open community, hosting sports events, and sports fans willing to attend events at which I compete. However, in the Olympic spirit, we focus on activities to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active. And we encourage each of you to do the same.
Hello, my name is Julie Gordon, and happy Olympic Day 2020. Like all of you, we have been negatively impacted by the shutdown globally. Our local state of emergency has restricted our movement, and as such, we have both been impacted mentally and physically. To our frontline workers, nurses, doctors, taxi and bus operators, lab techs, just to name a few, because of your yeoman's service, you have helped to stabilize Antigua and Barbuda. Our government has put resources in place to help to secure and stabilize our socioeconomic status, as well as our locals who have given support in their effort. It is our duty as athletes to commit to the Olympic movement with the following core values: integrity, intelligence, courageousness, sportsmanship, and friendship.
Olympic Day 2020 finds us in a restive mood. For most of us, we are unable to carry on our usual training programs, and with local competitions postponed or cancelled, we find ourselves simply waiting. We know at some point training will resume in earnest, competitions will unleash our spirit, and we stand ready to make our countrymen proud through our performances.
Like all of you, we have been negatively impacted by the shutdown across the globe. Our local state of emergency has restricted our movement, impacting on our physical and mental outlook.
Our frontline workers, nurses, doctors, police, defense force, immigration, laboratory technicians, garbage collectors, supermarket workers, pharmacists, teachers, taxi operators, bus drivers have done yeoman's service to keep Antigua and Barbuda stable. Our government has deployed the required resources to support our socio-economic stability, and many groups and citizens are offering tangible support to the effort.
We remain committed to the core values of the Olympic movement: friendship, respect, excellence, inspiration, courage, and equality. We urge our fellow citizens, sports fans, and college athletes to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active.
Remember to look out for our elderly population. Encourage them to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active to reduce the incidence of poor health conditions.
We urge our fellow citizens, sports fans, and colleague athletes to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active.
Antigua and Barbuda will survive. Antigua and Barbuda will rise again.
Stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active.
Like many of you at home, we sit on the sidelines without a regular means to earn, eagerly awaiting the return of income-earning opportunities. However, in the Olympic spirit, we focus on activities to stay healthy, stay strong, and to stay active. And we encourage you to do the same.
Survival is part of life. Once there is willingness to preserve and keep the positive outlook. In keeping with the Olympic Day 2020 theme, I encourage all of us to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay active.
As a coach today, passing on the Olympic values to the next generation, we will continue to play our part in preparing the youth for the many opportunities which will forge a strong nation, be it as a frontline worker, in politics, teachers, and sports.
Stay healthy, stay strong, stay active.
And may I say to the rest of the world right now, if I haven't said it already for the morning, Happy Olympics Day to you, Antigua Barbuda. And when I heard that I would have a special visitor this morning, my smile all I wake up a smile and all. What is the word for today in this crisis that we're living in from the executives and all that of the Olympics?
Slide's right. Today in Antigua Barbuda celebrate a World Olympic Day. The day officially is the 23rd of June, but it's really like a 1 week celebration across the world. This year, we have sort of changed the format of the program. Traditionally, on a day like this, we'll be having physical activity, national sports associations, groups, families, church groups, you name it, coming in the Olympic Day fun run. In the wake of the COVID virus, the executive of the NOC thought it fit that on this day, we would pause to celebrate, to toast, to recognize teachers, you name it. A number of sectors, a number of persons have come together to ensure that life in this country of ours continue apace, and that we really are safe. One of the groups not often spoke about is a group called the media workers. And I know that would pique your interest and pique your interest.
At least somebody remembered us.
And this morning we want to say thanks to the media workers alongside that group of professionals amidst the challenge of COVID, it has shown us just how systems work, how interrelated, integrated systems are. And so this morning, today rather, in place of what would be a traditional fun run and a day of activities around sports, the Antigua and Barbuda Olympic Committee and all our member federations and associations, and I dare say we invite the entire nation to be part of this exercise, pause to recognize the work being done, continuously being done by our frontline workers. It's like we're so serious about this recognition. We're asking persons today, at some point in the day, pull out your phone, whether it be WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever platform, even the phone itself. Just call some frontline worker and register your approval, your satisfaction, your support, your love for the work that they continue for Antigua and Barbuda.
The police, they've been out there working hard. The doctors, the nurses, the immigration officers, customs officials, and we think that they all need recognition. So we're actually asking the country to recognize them in the hard work they're doing. This is even emphasized more by the latest 39 COVID cases that has been brought to the fore. So we're asking all, we're doing our part in honoring them, recognizing them.
So many times they work tirelessly, long hours without much recognition. They bear the brunt of our fears, they bear the brunt of our anxieties. They do it in good spirit, they do it with courage, they do it with patience, and most importantly, they do it with love. And so as we celebrate World Olympic Day under these present circumstances, I think it's most fitting that we take time out to truly say thank you, to truly say we appreciate you, to say that we love you and we cherish what you do.
Joining us right now in the studio, of course, is the GenSec of the Antigua and Barbuda, the NOC, National Olympic Committee, Cliff Williams, and of course the first Vice President for the NOC, Neil Cochrane. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. A day like today is when we show that love and respect to all of the athletes and participants from the respective disciplines, or Olympic sporting disciplines. And so that is what I think I take away from a day of this nature.
Do they look forward to it? I mean, do they remind you, hey, Olympic Day coming up?
Yes, that's a serious buzz, and even as you know, we kind of shift the Olympic Day focus to more the frontline workers. Yeah. It was a challenge in terms of the usual groups, hiking group, national federations, the clubs are still following up for that T-shirt and that Olympic Day celebration. So it's a challenge in this way, but we also distribute it to the national federations for that purpose.
They all play their role in keeping us safe. And so while persons may be tempted to single out doctors or nurses because they're the ones that we immediately think of when we think of healthcare, we also have to consider those persons at the airport who have to process persons coming in. We have to think about our security personnel who keep us safe when we're on lockdown. And you know, as I say, everybody right now is a masked man. And so we still have to recognize their efforts in keeping us safe. Right down to the sanitary workers, the persons who pick up our garbage. You know, they're all frontline workers in some aspect. And so I wouldn't want to single out any one group as being more important than the others, because as most sports are, and we're celebrating sports and Olympianism here, as most sports are, they're team games. And while persons may say there is an I in win, there's no I in team. Yeah. And to protect us safe requires the work of a team. And all these frontline workers constitute a team.
I am born. I am born. I am born. I'm a patriot to my land. I am born. I am born. I am born.